Hey guys, welcome. I'm back again. So, today there has been an 8:14 claimed RSG world record for Bedrock Edition, and I'm going to be talking about, first of all, why I think this is fake, and what this means for random seed glitchless, because what's happening here is something that we have not seen before yet, and it'll definitely spark some conversations about how to handle this type of thing. So first, before we start, let me turn on Easy Retime, which is a tool for uh, retiming stuff, speeding stuff up, very good for watching run. And I will send, obviously that's written by me, and I will send the source for that, how to install this in the description. So let me talk about what happened. So this, and I think I will watch this on the raw footage version. So what is happening here? Let's watch the run, which is an 8:14. This is on by a Chinese runner named Twinkle Star, and he's well known for seed finding. And he made a seed finding tool, which has the ability to look at a seed and very easily find stuff like portal room location, village, stronghold location. If that sounds a little suspicious, that's because it is a little suspicious. But anyway, let's get into the run. And I think it's quite obvious pretty quickly what we're talking about here. So let's look at the run in question. First of all, he is using a macro that nobody else is using. No other macro that I know of is able to read the coordinates that go with Chinese text because it changes the font and everything. So he has his own macro, first of all, assuming that his macro is even reading coordinates, which is the maximum level of interfering with the game that a macro is allowed to do for RSG. It's allowed to read the coordinates and reset a world if the coordinates are not within a desired range. And we'll talk about this more a little later. So let's look at the run here. So what is happening is that, I can get rid of this. What is happening here is that he spawns at 1064. Now these are very good coordinates for a village. Stronghold village, in fact. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the quadrants. So what we have here, when you spawn in a Minecraft world, you are facing this way, right? And this is your spawn. Pardon the bad drawings. So you have quadrants. It depends on where these could be shifted left and right, but there is a positive quadrant of villages. So there can be exactly one village at most in this certain range, and then you can have one village in this range. These are obviously not to scale. One village in this range, one village in this range, and this could be shifted left or right. So you could spawn like here, you could spawn all the way this way. And then there's one village, and that means there could be a stronghold. So generally you will go forwards when you spawn into a world because you are already in the quadrant most times. If you want to go backwards, you will have to run a certain extra amount of blocks before you can even get to a village. There will be like one village here, and there will be like one village here, one village here. There might not be one down here. It doesn't matter. But the point is, normally people go forwards. So let's look at what's happening here. First thing to look at is that he pauses here for quite a while. And in fact, if you do notice, when I say pause, I mean pause. Actually, maybe there's nothing about this. But anyway, he pauses here for like a good 15 seconds, 20 seconds. And then what happens next is really interesting because, as we will see in a sec, he turns around. Now, this is not a thing that runners do. If you see this spawn, you are going to maybe look left to see if you can get a tree. And then you are going to run this way and try to find a village because these are the regular optimal chords. Like 900, 100 is about the best stronghold chords you can get because it can be close to spawn. And just coordinate-wise, it's good. But he turns around instantly. And he's not going to mine any trees. He's going to start going negative. So he's going to start going this way. And in fact, this quadrant map is a pretty good representation of what this seed actually looks like. There's a village over to his right. This is what most runners would go for. He is going down, and this one's even further down. So it's like down there. He is going to go down 300 blocks. When I say down, I mean technically negative z. So he's going to go down 300 blocks to a savannah. This is already, nobody in the world is going to ever do this. But as we'll see, he is going to get some wood. He's going to dig down. He's going to get his stone. Normal speedrunner stuff, right? You get your wood, you get your stone. You kill the golem. And as we're going to see in a second here, he is going to get a bucket in a chest, which is a thing that can happen. Very nice time save, because now he can kill the golem and then dig down with an iron pickaxe from the golem. And first of all, I'm just going to talk for a second. He is not a good runner, right? First of all, he is not making a stone sword. That is an interesting choice, but he's going to mine this with a pickaxe, which is like, speed is not the top concern here. Just so we understand, he's going to go and kill this golem with a stone axe. This is not a thing that runners do. There's clearly no like will for time saves. He is going to happen to get a sword, which is of course very lucky, that he was to get a sword like this and not from not craft one. Anyway, with this, he's going to figure out the spring straps. He's going to dig down, and then this is very interesting. So obviously there's a stronghold. You need that for an 8-minute run. He is going to go forward, stop, check out which chords he's going. He's going to go this way, and then he's going to find the portal room right there. That is very interesting. Now, people do not do stronghold nav like this. You could go forward, but once you commit to a direction, you are going to go that direction. Like, any RSG runner in the world is, like, at this point, that means they're going to go forward, they're going to check this out, they're going to get chests and stuff. This guy is going to go this way, very clumsily, just kind of stumble upon the portal room. And my theory for this, I will talk about at the end of this run. So then what happens is that it is a 2i. He's going to make his portal, right? All good stuff. Nice portal build, nice light. He's going to get in the nether, and I'm not sure what the time is. I think it's around 4 minutes. Not the greatest nether enter, obviously, because the village is so far. So what happens now is that he's going to look around a little bit, and I suspect that this looking around is just fake, but I'll talk more about that again later. He's going to go up on top. Interesting decision. Probably fast if you're looking for blaze spawners. Now, you can see right here, actually, that the blaze spawner is here. These are fences. He's going to decide to go up here. And then he's going to notice this. So he knows exactly where he's going, but he doesn't see it. And obviously that is actually very close to the lava. That is a little bit of a risky play to just fall down there. Anyway, so what's going to happen is he's going to kill blazes. He is going to mine out the spawner, obviously, for more blaze spawns. There's gold right there, as you can see. A very large gold thing, as you might notice. And what you will see, actually, that did not happen yet. So he's going to get his gold, right? Lots of gold. He ends up making 5. And he throws out this remaining nugget, which means to throw out this remaining nugget, that means you clearly have, like, you're not going to mine more gold. So he's going to go with 5 gold. Maybe he's going to make a helmet and try to find a bastion. Although I suspect, and I'll explain again later, that I don't think this is the case. So he's already starting to declutter his inventory, which is an interesting decision when you're at a fortress and when you could mine more gold. And he's actually just going to go pick all the rest of it up. So what happens here is that this blaze actually did drop a rod. You just can't see it, I think. Yes, you can kind of... It did drop a rod. He doesn't get it. So what happens now is that another blaze will eventually spawn. And that the old rod is still here. So he gets the 4th rod. He just needs 5 because it's a 10i. I mean, a 2i, not a 10i. So he doesn't see that. And then he just notices that that is there. So he's clearly not the most skilled runner. I'm going to be honest. Just not the greatest runner of all time. So he's going to get back to his portal, right? I don't know why he did a hay bale clutch for it's like literally a 4-block fall. You don't need a hay bale clutch there. It's kind of funny. So again, emphasis is not on speed. There's a piglin right there. Very nice. 3 piglins, in fact. He is not going to make a chest and break it for faster trades, which, again, almost every runner is going to do that. He's going to get nothing, and then he's going to get 8 pearls. A reminder, with only 5 gold, he's going to get 8 pearls, and then this piglin is going to give him 7 more pearls, and he's going to exit the nether. I think this is like I'm not sure what time this is out. It's like 7 minutes something. Then let's talk about this real quick. He's going to enter the end, right? And during his inventory management, he's going to get rid of his sword and keep a stone axe. And he is actually going to use the stone axe to hit the dragon instead of an iron sword. Here, the dragon and the end island and everything is this way. Almost every runner, you're going to go up here, you're going to pearl. You have 5 extra pearls. You can do that. But instead, he's going to pearl. He's going to pillar up, kind of needlessly high amount, and then he's going to pearl, which is an interesting decision to say the least. I don't know why he takes so long to pearl there. That took like a solid 5 seconds. Maybe there's some strategy about perching that we just don't know about, that he does know. It's a possibility. So what happens next is that he is going to attack the dragon with a stone axe instead of using his perfectly good iron sword. He's going to do this. So he at least knows what he's doing here. He's going to put the lava on top. That's a PC strategy. And the way he's going to choose to kill the dragon is very interesting. He's going to use this method. You can also have one where you can deal more damage to the dragon if you, if you place some blocks on both sides. You blow up one here, you blow up this one here, and then you blow up another and you die. That's a strategy as well. The issue with this strategy is that this part, like the pillow part of the bed, is the part that actually releases the damage. And here it's being blocked a little bit by the bedrock behind it. So he dies. That's fine, because in bedrock you can die and be fine, and you still win. So after this, I'm going to look at some of this guy's old runs, and we're going to talk about why this is fake. First of all, first impressions is that the decision making in this run is really, really weird, right? To go backwards right away, to find the stronghold perfectly. And let's look now at this run. Let me get this out of the way. Let's look at this run. His other runs are on a Chinese website. Actually, all of them are officially uploaded to Bilibili, which is a Chinese website. And so this one, first of all, again, it takes him a long time after spawn to start moving. So he waits here for a good 15 seconds or so, and then he is exiting the game. So keep in mind, this is a 500 spawn, right? 500 is not the greatest coordinate. And keep in mind right here, somewhere around here, I don't want to find it. His auto set resetter is very fast. So let's look at this. It's almost instant. And somewhere in this video, he gets a 1200 spawn, 1300 spawns, which the auto resetter resets instantly. It knows that those are not good seeds. So let's talk about that. Here, it's a 500 spawn. He takes his time. He runs like 400 blocks for the village. Nobody in their right mind is resetting 1200 seeds using a macro and running from 500 to 900. Like, look how far this is. And then, of course, it's going to be a stronghold. And, of course, what happens next is also very interesting, because after he finds this stronghold in question, obviously the quality is not that good on that website because I'm very far away from their servers here in America. But what's going to happen, he's going to get, again, a really large amount of wood. Nobody does this if they're going for a speedrun. Right, so take a look at this. Again, he's going to decide to turn after going forward and instant turn to the portal room. And so I think now I'm going to introduce my theory about what's going on in these runs. Because he has another run exactly like this. This is older, even older, where he takes a long time after it loads to start. And then he's going to run, again, very far distance to this village. And again, let me show you in the stronghold what's going on. Is he's going to just decide to turn, and it's right there. Like, again, instant navigation in the stronghold. So what could be happening? Again, in the beginning of the video, I mentioned that this guy makes a seed finding tool, and it's very good. It's very cool. This dude makes a seed finding tool. Another thing about him is that he knows exactly what is going on with game memory and the seeds. So we have actually talked about this with him. And he brought up the concern on lol869 before his run even happened. Before the 645, the controversial famous one happened. And the argument was that he realizes that lol869's macro is accessing memory, right? And he brings up the idea that, and it's almost difficult to detect cheating. It can read game memory, which is a very dangerous behavior because it can do too much undetectable cheating behavior. And to put it bluntly, I'm just going to say right now that I think this guy is just cheating in the exact same way that he accused lol869 of cheating. Similarly, actually, to how Minecraft accused Dream of cheating in a certain way. And that's also what Minecraft was doing. So, I told him, you can't solve this problem. Maybe that started to encourage him, because I'm not sure when these runs are from. Let me try translating. Google Translate does not do the greatest job here. But this, how do you see the time here? 8:03. So this was literally, assuming this is the, it depends on what this, as an American, I would interpret this, like, to be fair, this is most likely, meaning August 3rd, which is like 1 week ago. Because right now it is August 20th. Okay, it's 2 weeks ago. And what I think is happening here is that he is reading the game memory. He is resetting with a macro that has the capability to read the game memory for the seed. That macro is able to do a calculation to detect stuff like the stronghold location, portal room location, blaze spawner location, fortress, stuff like that. Maybe he's also putting it into chunk base. That's a possibility. But this is actually very interesting because this is not a cheating technique that we have seen before. Normally, cheater techniques are either splices, which is basically where you cut the video, or just data pack runs. The most common in Bedrock is some kind of seed injection, where you are injecting a seed that you already know about. In this case, it's a little different because my theory is that this guy does not actually know the seeds while they're being loaded, but his bot has the capability to figure out which seeds are good, which seeds are not, and also tell him vital information about where stuff is. When you consider the possibility that maybe he knows the coordinates of this stuff, it's his navigation of the stronghold suddenly starts to make a lot more sense. Why he's going forwards for a few seconds instead of turning right away. Maybe to see which way the coordinates are going. Maybe to just look at the portal room location. But these are all very straight paths, almost coordinate based to the stronghold. And some of this is just plain obvious, you know? We look again at the seed. Let me show strongholds. This is the world record seed that he just got. Any runner in history is going to go get a tree and then go to this very nice coordinate village. But he decides to turn around and go down. This is really behind you when you spawn. Go 300 blocks here. So, what do we do about this? I think that, obviously, any method of telling the seed during a run shouldn't be allowed. This run should be rejected. He should not be allowed to submit runs again, is my personal opinion. This doesn't speak for the mod team or anything. I just think personally that this run is cheated, and this sort of thing should not be allowed. And I think he knows perfectly well that it should not be allowed. He referred to it as cheating on Discord. And to be honest, I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but I am going to say that Chinese runners in general are more, seem to skirt the rules a little bit more, like the edge of the rules a little bit. This has happened before. There was a strategy similar to Divine Travel, but the difference was that that you could basically figure out what seed exactly you were playing, and you could find exact location of the stronghold, exact location of everything, really, from the Nether fossil. And that was decided to be, not allowed. So in this case, I think this run should be rejected as well. There should be more explicit rules. If we figure out that you are looking at your seeds, and this is, to be honest, quite obvious when you just look at the macro and the types of seeds that it is resetting. First of all, who is resetting this quickly? Like, the macro might not be looking at game coordinates. 704 is a perfectly good seed spawn. This is a very nice biome, and yet instantly the game decides that is not, the macro decides that that's not good enough. And that's actually because, according to somebody, I don't remember exactly who, but during this point in seed, like during the world load, like for example right here, the seed is already determined. So the macro could already be reading the seed at this point, deciding it's not good enough, and then instantly after it loads in, it just resets. In general, I think that's what's going on here. This run should be rejected. So thank you all for listening.